The typical resident who comes to Albany Medical Center neurology residency is, first and foremost, somebody who's excited about neurology. I think neurology draws a very particular type of person, the type of person who is excited to interact with patients, to obtain a really excellent history and physical examination, who is looking to develop long-term relationships with patients. But beyond that, we're also looking for people who love to work in a team setting. It's not just a place that you come to work. It's a place where you come to be a part of a family.
The reason I chose Albany Med, it was really the interactions with the residents. And I know that's kind of something you hear all the time, but it really was the selling point for me. As part of my interviewing process, we were allowed to round with the team, and I kind of got that hands-on experience even as an interviewee. We did, I think, 2 consults, one on the floor, one in the emergency room, and even from the very beginning, from the get-go, I felt like I was part of this big team trying to just, improve the patient care. In terms of the education that you get here at Albany Med, it's so diverse. Brain gives you all these things, so you have epilepsy, movement, stroke, critical care, and our education curriculum is really broken down so that you could really harness the most information for all of those topics. It runs throughout the year. Each month is focused on a different topic. In terms of the education that you get here, we try to maximize the experience that you get.
Our catchment area is huge. We have people between here and Canada, here in Rochester, Boston, and New York cities that come to us because they either don't want to go to a big city or because we're really the only ones around. So even though Albany seems like a small place, we really have a wide variety of pathology, and you really see it all here.
We are blessed in this place at AMC to have a vast patient population. We have all the subspecialties in neurology here. For example, you have vascular neurology, you have cognitive neurology, you have epilepsy, neuromuscular. We have a new subspecialty that didn't exist in the past, neurointensive care. We have all these subspecialties here. The key, of course, is to learn first the general neurology.
I think what makes Albany Med unique for me is the diversity that you see here. You have people literally from all walks of life. You have residents from every part of the globe. I've met people during my intern year that were from, Jordan, that were from Egypt. And then, it's just great because not only are you learning medicine, but you're learning tolerance as well. You're learning about other cultures, and you're learning about what's appropriate in terms of, the social aspect of medicine, which I think is very unique here. We are a comprehensive stroke center, so we do get a lot of cases from other hospitals, community hospitals, smaller facilities. And, we work alongside with our neurosurgery colleagues in terms of stroke care to provide the best care out there.
We have an area where we can take care of not only neurology patients, but also neurosurgical patients. And we have neurointensivists, 2 of them that are now actually on our staff who guide us and aid us in our training. I can't think of one attending that hasn't been intimately involved in education, in training, whether it be procedures, whether it be protocols when it comes to resident training. They support us in things like education, in things like research, and they push us to be better.
The neurology residency is quite busy here. We have 7 different services, but you have a lot of autonomy from day one. And you learn as you go along. The more cases you see, the more patients you work with. That's how you learn. You learn by doing things. You learn by taking care of the patients. It's fast-paced, but it's very rewarding. And at the end of the day, you feel like you're getting a very solid training.
We have a level 4 adult and pediatric epilepsy center here, which means we provide a comprehensive program for both adults and kids with epilepsy. We have 12 beds in our inpatient video EEG monitoring unit, 6 on the adult floor and 6 on the pediatric floor. In addition, we do a lot of inpatient seizure monitoring on hospitalized patients, especially in our neuro ICU. Surgical options are numerous. We have invasive monitoring, depth electrode placement using robot assistance. We do bedside and intraoperative mapping techniques. We offer laser ablation therapies as well as more traditional epilepsy resective surgeries. And we also offer stimulation therapy, including vagus nerve stimulation, responsive neurostimulation, and deep brain stimulation. So there's really no reason for any patient or any resident to go anywhere else for education because we offer the whole variety here.
When I was deciding on residencies, I chose Albany Medical Center as my first choice on my rank list because I could see that there was a lot of camaraderie, not only between the residents, but there was also a good working relationship with the faculty here. After I completed my residency, I stayed on at Albany Medical Center as their neurohospitalist for a similar reason. I did not elect to do a fellowship for a number of different reasons, but one of them was that I felt ready to practice, and I credit Albany Medical Center in the training program here. I think that there's a really strong team ethos here and really great people.
Here in our residency, we really take our residents' input to heart. Over the years that I've been program director, made a number of changes to the program, all of which came at the request of the residents. And every time we make a change to try and improve the residency, it's a resident-driven change. I think neurology continues to be one of the most exciting fields to practice in medicine. It is at the forefront of technical advances, of scientific advances, and every year we're learning new treatments that really make a difference in the lives of patients who are living with neurologic disease. I am hopeful that in the coming years we'll be able to expand the number of residents in the program as well, because I think that there are great educational opportunities to help train the next generation of neurologists.